What's up, Team Wowdy? It's Rob with another Wowdy Proof video. And this video might be a little bit shorter. We're talk about a rating scale. And so, as we launch the channel, as we start to develop the bourbon community and this journey that we're all on in bourbon and whiskey, um, I thought I'd have a little more simpler rating scale to offer. And so I'll be doing some tasting reviews. I have a couple of samples coming in from a distiller already. And so we'll put all those videos out, but I want to kind of talk about what I'm looking for and what the possibilities are with those. And so we're going to have 5 categories on Wildly Proof. Pretty simple categories, pretty common. The first one will be nose. Um, Nose, obviously, you want to get the pour into the Glencairn. You want to get in there. You want to get it on both nostrils. You want to kind of swirl it around. Try to pick up anything you can. You got to and use that imagination, right? Because they're gonna have those hints of fruits or oakiness or spices, and you want to be able to try to pick those up. And when you talk about the bourbon community, we kind of like to sit in a good bourbon and get into the nose and maybe even come back to it after every sip. And so that's what we're looking for with a nose. With the palate, which is the second category, you're looking for the imagination of the flavors that you can get out of the bourbon and whiskey. And so, obviously, again, fruits and spices and oak and things of those nature are going to be judged with each pour. The next one is the finish, and the finish for me is I don't know if it's simple or complex, and this is something that I think a lot of maybe introductory to bourbon and whiskey people don't really focus on so much because I have a finish and a mouthfeel when I talk about my rating scale, which mouthfeel is number 4. But with finish, I'm looking for how it's dissipating in my mouth. Is there a transition? Does it go from a spicy, hot to a mellow, cool, fruity kind of flavor? Things of that nature. Obviously, it could go either way, back and forth, or it could just stay one thing all the way through. Mouthfeel, obviously, we're talking about the viscosity of the liquid. Is it thick? Is it creamy? Is it thin? Is there something to it? The worst thing is to maybe get a bourbon that you think is fantastic, put it in your mouth, and it's like drinking water. You don't want that feel in your mouth. You want it to have more than just flavor and taste. You want it to have a coating effect, if you will, in your mouth. And then my last category, the fifth one, is going to be what I call overall. Now, that's not an accumulation of the previous 4 categories. That is its own category. And it's basically a judgment, if you will, on MSRP, on age statement, on proof, on availability. If it's something that's readily available, great price, good proof to it, decent age statement, it's going to score higher than something that maybe isn't available, but maybe is higher proof or maybe a better age statement. And so we'll play with that. It'll be something that we talk about as a community. And as I release videos, I hope you will judge my judging and let me know what you think. And so maybe I will be influenced myself and change that scale to reflect how we grow as a community. And so um, the score is an interesting thing, right? And so, like I said, I'm only going to give 5 points for each one. And so, something that gets 5 points is basically I'm saying I've never had anything like this before. And so, as you can tell from a little bit of my collection behind me there over my shoulder, I got a few bottles. It's very modest, maybe 40, 50 bottles. Probably had up towards 100 or so. And so I've had a few, obviously. When we talk about bourbon and whiskey, there are many offerings. And so, as inexperienced, I will say my palate is, um, there is definitely some things that will end up getting 5s. And I think maybe even a couple of videos that we're looking at shooting already, there is some categories that might score a 5. And so 5 is that never anything better, unicorn type thing. 4 is we're talking about a treasure. We're talking about something that you never want to not have it on hand, but it's a constant search. Maybe it is a constant like desire to long after, right? Um, Maybe something that might be allocated would fall into a 4 if it's really good. Hopefully it's in a 5, right? If it's allocated and you can't get it. But at the same time, we're talking about things that are desired by the community. Maybe even single barrels. Single barrels probably fall a lot into 4 when a community picks it together, right? A 3 would be it's on the shelf. It's something I keep on the shelf because I like it. You probably like it. We probably enjoy sharing it together. So that's my impression of what a 3 is, average, right? A 2 is me saying it's quality, but I think you should try it for yourself. I think it's kind of be kind of on those polite ways of kind of saying like not necessarily for me, but I can definitely see the craft in it. A 1 is probably going to be my lowest score. It's going to be something that I'm not keeping on my shelf. Um, I'm not going to maybe come back to it for a while, but I'm always willing to go back to it, right? Um, you probably won't ever see a 0. Um, I I can't imagine it being a thing. Maybe I'll eat my words there, but a 0 um, would would mean I'd want to pour it down the drain, and I don't think that that's something that I will ever score. Um, Hardworking people who are at a craft that I have fallen in love with and enjoy. So um, don't plan on having any zeros, but at the same time, we'll see what we get. And so the 5 categories will get a score, and so those scores will be tallied. There'll be a total score for each review, and then there'll be an average. And so that average score would be what I would give a bottle or whiskey. So that's what we're looking at. That's how we feel like we're going to review tastings of bourbon and whiskey on this channel, and would love to have you along for the ride. The best way you can start to support me is by liking the video, subscribe to the channel, uh, look for those tasting videos, maybe give me some feedback. Tell me what you think about those pours. Tell me what your favorite bourbon is. Let's have some conversation. This is all about a journey together in bourbon and whiskey. Cheers, friend.